afternoon, everyone. This is Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show, and today is Thursday. And today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have more of this interview with Dr. Cass Ingram. I'm pretty much, I'm into this sort of stuff, so I'm kind of listening to it, and I've never really heard much of it before. So I'm learning and I'm listening, and I'm saying, oh yeah, maybe there's something to this. So today we're going to be talking about how to fix thyroid and adrenal issues. Check it out.
Now, they found also that in the people with low thyroid, that the brain gets swollen because of the toxins that are produced by low metabolic rate. And then it becomes a condition known as myxedema of the brain. They found also that the myxedema of the skin is due to the toxins that accumulate from the inability to metabolize. So if you have this, one of the ways that you fix it is to take a source of T3. And you know that this can dramatically change people, but the problem is it's all synthetic now. So what we've done at North American Herb and Spice is created the Thyroset, which has a type of bull kelp and a type of North Atlantic kelp that has T3 in it. You're getting natural T3 in the kelp. Other things you can do is to use seafood and to use also seaweeds, but this is not the only approach. We've also found that wild oregano helps reverse thyroid conditions, the juice, the Oregamax, the oil. Because if you have a very low metabolic rate, what could happen in your body? If you just don't have a good temperature, your body's a little bit cool, instead of being 98.6, maybe you run 97, maybe you run lower than that. Because what's the body core temperature in a thyroid type? How low can it get? Anybody know? You're normally at 98.6, right? It can get as low as 95. So a 3-degree difference is very significant from the immune system's point of view. What's the body's way to kill an infection? Yeah, and so your fever creates the cytokines, it creates the cytokine storm, it creates white blood cell activity, it mobilizes the lymph and which is congested in a low body temperature. So you have the toxins accumulating here, you have the low body core temperature, the lymph can no longer move, the proteoids accumulate, causing the drooping, the sagging, the inflammation. It's a nightmare and a mess beyond comprehension. But my point was that with the low body core temperature, what's going to happen to the body? What kind of a crisis?
More dysbiosis.
Yes, they get the dysbiosis and they get fungal overgrowth, which can thrive in the low body core, low temperature. So anyone who's definitely low thyroid is vulnerable to fungal, and they get the toenail fungus, the fingernail fungus. They get what we said was the intestinal eczema. So you see that short index finger, you start looking them over, and you see, oh gosh, they've got complete colonization of their bowel with fungus. And you wonder, how in the world can this happen? Well, they're running at too low of a temperature. We got to jack them up. And we also have to purge the fungus. That's where the oregano comes in so handy. Free up the thyroid by knocking out the fungal element. Because the fungus is so brilliant that when it overgrows, it shuts the thyroid down even that much further. Yeah. So it's not easy to do. But again, the protocol is the Thyroset, the kelps. Some people react to kelps. We have to keep that in mind. The seafood, more seafood, the red meat, because red meat concentrates iodine, the high fat and protein diet, ditching the starch, which we seem to survive pretty well on this trip, but in this severe case you have to ditch it. And lots of dark greens to get the oxygen, the riboflavin. The red meat is full of riboflavin, it's full of oxygen. You may even see in extreme cases in these people some interesting nail signs. When these people are not burning oxygen, what do you see on the nail beds? There's no moons, or they're tiny. On the index, the middle, and the ring. He read the book. So when there's no moons, no oxygen combustion. When you see that, you start giving the thyroid support. As I've done many times, you push the juice of oregano, which is oxygen. Lots of oil to kill the fungus. Lots of greens flush, the Super 5 greens, red meat diet, the egg yolk, the organic milk products, the raw milk. and then the moons come back. One woman, I don't know if it's true or not, but she was so excited she started changing things. She claims she got moons in 48 hours by doing these things. So I don't know how quick it is. I do know they come back. Okay? They just do, if you do all these things. Now, with the adrenal type, you have a different pattern. What's the pattern? Now, before we leave thyroid, their body core temperature is low, so what's their pattern at night? Like if everybody else is warm, what are they doing at night?
It's cold.
They're cold, and what are they doing? They're freezing. And they put on what?
20 blankets.
Yeah, and sweaters and socks. I like sometimes socks because I'm the low thyroid.
I always have a
Yeah.
sweater.
You have the socks, or you wear the sweater?
I wear the sweater.
You wear the sweater. Okay, low body core temperature, fungal overgrowth. Now, with the adrenal type, what's the pattern in energy loss? Are they tired in the morning, tired at night? What?
I'm never tired.
Afternoon. So you have this situation where there's a collapse in the mechanism. What's the mechanism? Why these people fizzle? Cortisol's high, right, in the AM and all that. So it starts to decline, and if they can't match the stresses or the carbohydrate load at lunch, then the cortisol goes down that much further. They can't maintain their blood sugar levels. The brain gets starved of oxygen and sugar, and they collapse. So and then their pattern with what's their pattern with coldness? If your adrenals are shot, what's happening with them? What if you shake their hands?
Hands are cold.
The hands are cold and clammy and sweaty. The feet are cold and clammy and sweaty. Sympathetic overload because they're not producing enough cortisol and glucocorticoids, aldosterone. Plus, why are they having volume depletion? They think they got to go to the bathroom. They go a dribble. They are out in cold weather. They feel like they have to urinate. What's going on with their volume depletion? Why their hands? The rest of them isn't so much cold, but the hands are cold. The feet are cold. They're blanched. There's vasospasm. They're red. Why is this volume depletion going on with low adrenal function? Why don't they have any thirst?
Salt.
They can't maintain their salt. They don't have enough aldosterone, which is the key. Look at all these technical terms this late at night. It's the key hormone to keep the volume of blood in the system. So what happened when somebody got low in their aldosterone around here and they were sweating? Where is he? You got sick. And what was the cure?
Salt
A tablespoon?
and cold water.
And then what happened to the cramps?
It was gone before
Kaput.
half the mud was
Yeah.
gone.
So electrolytes, volume depletion are shot with low adrenals. And anyway, so the adrenals maintain the blood volume. They maintain the blood volume to the hands and feet, and that explains a lot of those reactions.
Your question of the day is this. What do you think so far about metabolic typing? Do you think it's valid? Do you think it's not? Go ahead and post it down below. This is Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show. Together we can change the health of the world one show at a time.